I'm down 162 pounds in 6 months, and it feels great. Looking at myself in the mirror is a trip. I marvel at myself now because I'm like, man, I've done this in 6 months. 6 months is not that long ago.
I started this program back on July 1st at 288.5 pounds. Today I weighed in at 184. When I first got here, I was sad and depressed and stressed out. Over time, I regained my self-esteem, my willpower, my determination, and those things have helped me to grow and become happier with myself and in life.
Use code TFU10 for a discount on the full body cleanse.
This is O'Shea Jackson. You're listening to TFU Podcast, if you didn't know.
Welcome into another episode of TFU Podcast.
Let's go.
Today we got Emmy-nominated
Talk about it.
producer, director, showrunner, Peter Scalettar.
That was pretty good.
That was good.
That was good?
I thought you was going to struggle with the name.
Hey, man, once it got to that point, I was like, hold on.
I was like, listen, Peter, he ruins everyone's name.
I've spent my whole life people getting my name wrong.
Oh, okay. See, my real name is Amon, but I've been going by AD since I was a kid just because of the fact that no one can pronounce my name and no one can remember it. So I just said, forget it. I'm AD. That's it. I'm only going by that.
Make it easy.
Yeah. It'd be scary if he had to introduce me.
But you're not heard all the time like AD.
No, I'm definitely not heard like that guy, for sure.
Hey, but you came here at a perfect time. The NBA season just started.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
And we got the executive producer, showrunner, director to starting 5.
Wow.
And we're so excited.
I'm so excited.
God.
Like, because now we're in season 2. How did this come up? Like, I know we're going to go back to your background soon.
Right.
Because extensive. Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelors in Paradise, Wu-Tang Clan. Super extensive. But let's start with starting 5.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was only a matter of time before the NBA made their version of it, right? There was all these access shows, Quarterbacks and Drive to Survive and Full Swing, and I can't even think of all the other ones. And it was like, when's the NBA going to do it? And finally, I think it took LeBron and Spring Hill and Uninterrupted to like say, let's go. And when the king speaks.
So his production company was also associated with this production?
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Would you say they're the main one?
Yeah, they're
aside from Netflix?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's Spring Hill Uninterrupted, now going by Fullwell, Omaha, Peyton Manning's company, Higher Ground, the Obama's company.
They're all involved in this one?
Yeah.
Oh, the NBA had to say yes.
Come on.
How did they find you?
I like to think that I manifested it.
Okay.
When I left making reality TV, and my agent's like, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "I want to make things about hip hop, basketball, and weed, like the 3 things that I care about."
Yeah.
And I immediately made the Wu-Tang documentary and many others after that, and made the Cypress Hill documentary with Esteban Oriol. And that, that fills the weed bucket.
Right.
And then it was like, what's next? And then my phone rang from about this. And
you know what's so crazy? Because I know how an actor gets a part. People see them acting, they see this, they see that, then they call them in to come and read. How does it go from a director's perspective? I'm sure they see all the work that you've done, and I can see that, but how do they really know that you're the right guy?
I mean, obviously, oftentimes there's agents involved that help to make it happen, but I didn't have an agent at the time. I don't have an agent. I think it's about personal relationships. Like, you work with so many people in this business, and so then it's like word of mouth, and people know that, like, you're creative, you're good to work with, you're collaborative, you're a good leader, you're all those things. And I think that more than anything, it's the personal relationships you build in this business.
So then for the starting five, now
I can.
Okay.
So
yeah.
for season 1, let's start with season 1.
Okay.
LeBron James, Jimmy Butler, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, Sabonis. So who's the one that were you in charge of everything or just like a specific player?
I'm overseeing the whole thing.
The whole thing?
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a team, there's a team of directors that are in the field with the players, Sammy Khan, Tristan Williams, and Susan Ansman. And then I dip in as needed, but also there to kind of oversee the whole thing because we're trying to figure out how to weave these 5 stories together.
So everyone's going to want to start with LeBron. How was working with LeBron? Probably one of the biggest living icons ever.
It's crazy. It's crazy to just like get a little window into his world.
Right.
Because as much as he's been around for most
23
of our
years,
adult lives.
Yeah.
And social media and all the things and seeing him in Space Jam or whatever, like you think you know him, but when you get a real window into like, what's it like at home? What's it like in the hotel room, between games, it opens up a whole new window into who he is, which is, he's all the things. He's the GOAT.
Right. So LeBron, how does that go doing that part of the show? Are you with him for how much time are you spending with him?
It's it's really about building a relationship, building trust. I think going into it, all the guys agree like, okay, we'll give you an hour here and there.
Right.
Once you build the relationship, then there's trust. And he's like, yeah, come along. You invite Susan, like, yeah, come with us to this dinner. Come back to the hotel room. Come to practice. Come to the crib. And once the trust is there, then they want to share stuff and they want to be, because this is like seeing them in a different way that most people haven't.
Right.
Yeah. So
would you say like in the beginning process of filming, you're still like, you're dipping your toes in the water. By that point, is it like 100% official, like this is going to go on Netflix, or we're going to see what we get in the first couple of weeks before we fully commit to this project?
Oh, no. This was a go from the start. Yeah. This is a go. No one's testing.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Yeah. Like, is it going to be good enough? Like, we have 5 of the biggest players in the world. Over the 2 seasons, 10 of the greatest basketball players in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the one special thing that you noticed about LeBron? Because I'm sure all of them are unique.
I think he is everything that comes out of him, you want to take in. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just, you feel the presence. You feel his presence. And so for us, trying to figure out how to make that translate on camera wasn't hard. It's like, you just point a camera and the dude is like magnetic. Yeah.
Now, another magnetic person, and how you guys felt once Anthony Edwards went against LeBron James in the playoffs last year, and they were using that clip that you guys had that it starts with LeBron James is like, oh, nobody's, until I see somebody who's fitter than me, and then it just cuts to Anthony Edwards. Yeah. How was working with Anthony Edwards like?
And it's amazing. It's different because Brown was 40 when we were filming, Ant was 22.
Yeah, he seemed like a fun guy.
Yeah, so it's like, this is all a new journey for him. This whole, all of it being, he's been thrust in the limelight for forever as being such like an amazing hooper, but it's one thing to be that high school guy. It's one thing to be that guy in college. It's another to like step out and all of a sudden be seen globally in a different way as an NBA superstar, and he's got that magnetism too, and that smile, and it's like, I don't know, reminiscent of Magic or something. You're like, his game's got some his game is Jordan-esque, but his like persona's Magic.
I can see that. I know exactly what Magic was like. A fun guy. He was happy. He was always just smiling. He had a good time. Jordan is probably a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Ant was cool. What would you have any good Ant stories that you could probably share with us?
I mean, the one, like the first time we went to his house, we were like coming back after a game, and I got out of the car, like go inside, and I go in, and like, oh, we got to run somewhere. So I just let myself into the house through the garage, and it's me and his dogs and nobody in the house. I'm just like, I'm like just sitting there looking around, like, do I just like sit on the couch? Do I like see what's in the cabinet?
Right.
What's in the pan? Like, what's he snacking on? You're just like, all right, I'm just gonna post up and sit with with these dogs, and I think, am I being punked? Like, are we, like, but yeah.
How long were you there by yourself?
It was probably like 10 minutes, but probably felt like an hour.
Right.
Like, are there cameras watching me?
Were they vicious dogs, or like were there like what type of dogs were they?
What is his dog? Like he's got. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm. And how big would you say is the crew of like when they follow Ant, Jason Tatum around?
Super small. It's super intimate. I think that's part of it. You can't walk into a place with 20 people.
Right.
You got to be able to move, and because these guys are moving a lot, so it's like we're hopping in the car, we're going here, we're going there. It's got to be really small and nimble. So
like 3-5.
Sometimes it's as small as just the director with a camera, like saying like, let me just hop in with you. Other times it'll be a camera and an audio person and a camera assistant.
So sometimes as a director, you're kind of in charge of, okay, I need to film this and I need to make sure the audio is good. Like, so all that.
Yeah. And you know what? At the end of the day, sometimes the audio is fucked up. Sometimes it's out of focus. But like, I'm in the car with Ann Edwards, so that's more important than all you being so focused on all the like technical details, because the intimacy overrides the technical, I think, in those situations.
What was the first thing that you guys did? What was the first thing that you guys did other than meeting at the house? Did y'all like go eat dinner? Did y'all go to the gym? Did you go with them to work out?
I think before we do anything with any of the guys, like we get on a Zoom with them.
Gotcha.
And you just sit and chop it up and sort of get a feel for each other. But like season 1, I think I got hired on a Thursday, and they're like, the show, it's starting. And like I hadn't hired a team yet or anything.
Oh wow.
And media day was like that following Monday. So I got hired on Thursday. Media day's on Monday. I'm like, I guess I'm flying to Miami and pull up. And that was the day when Jimmy Butler for media day was emo Jimmy. So it's like, first meeting is Jimmy getting his hair straightened and getting like fake piercings put in.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was your first time meeting Jimmy Butler?
Yeah. And like 2 days into the job, just like, this is going to be fun. Like at that point,
Right.
you're like, we're going to have fun. Yeah.
Hey, shit. Isn't that the season that he got traded to?
No, he got traded last season. He got traded during filming of season 2.
Okay.
Yeah. But he was on season 1.
Okay.
How was that first encounter other than the Zoom with LeBron?
Well, there was no Zoom with LeBron. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he was in. I think Susan maybe pulled up to some event with him just to like have a little meet and greet. But
Right.
at a certain point, you're just off and running. And
Did you get time to get your team together, or did just
yeah, I mean, very quickly after media day, then we're like hiring everybody and getting things moving, because the show, we film from the start of the season all the way through the end of the season, and then then we drop it not that long afterwards, right? The season ended in July, and we just dropped the show. So
I didn't know it was for 8 months. It's like for 8 months for the full basketball season?
yeah. You didn't even watch the show.
Huh? I didn't watch it all. I didn't know it was for the entire time.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're tracked the whole season. So that's why season 2 is like crazy, because we had Tyrese Halliburton and SGA,
Right.
who met in the finals, went all the way to Game 7. Like, we were there from day 1 all the way to Game 7. Yeah.
Ooh, so are we gonna get the intimate detail? And was it Game 7? That's when he tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, we were in there in the locker room with him after it happened. And, you know, that is the rawest of raw. Like, I've never seen anything as raw as that. You know, imagine the thing you've been working your entire life for, dreaming. Like, you dream of Game 7 finals, chance to win it all. And the emotion that Tyrese shows there that we were privy to is, I mean, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
How does it feel? Like, you know, like, were you inside that room? Well, no. But as a cat, like, you know, it's a very sensitive moment.
Yeah.
Like, and
you
it,
almost
like,
feel bad filming it. I
yeah,
bet.
because recently, you know, off mark, there was a certain person that did a podcast and started crying about, like, because somebody owed them something. And I'm like, where the morality of a filmmaker, like, where is like, okay, we need to stop recording. Like,
I think you look at it from a journalistic standpoint, right? It's like, we're literally here to document what's happening, and this is what's happening. If we only film the good times, then we're not doing it justice. So I think
There you go.
Yeah, and I think, again, that it also speaks to the trust that Tyrese had, because Tyrese could have said, put the cameras down, you know, but he was willing and ready to sort of bear all the good and the bad, and that's what makes...
That's dope.
Yeah, and so for the show, it's like, it's a really compelling story.
So now I know you're filming them all season long. How much time do you think was allocated per person? Hours?
Yeah, hours and hours, you know, because we do sit-down interviews. We also are filming at the house. They're filming at the games, filming pre-game, filming post-game. I mean, I can't even put a number of hours, but I can tell you that my post supervisor, who's helping us get all the footage organized and together, his head was ready to explode. Plus, you get all the games, right? Then you get all the game footage, but not just like one angle. You have 20 angles from the league.
How many crews did you have to manage all, or did you pick, okay, for this month we're going to be with LeBron, for next month we're going to be with Jimmy?
Well, for games, you know, the games is all shot by the NBA, right? So we have NBA camera operators, cinematographers who are filming for us.
Gotcha.
And then with the other guys, it's like we need to be able to check in with them multiple times throughout the season. So it can't just be like November is Bron's month and then December is KD's month. It's like we're going throughout and checking in and seeing what's happening.
How big is the post-production team? Like, once you start filming, the post is ready. They're doing, like, so you guys are editing while you're filming?
We're editing while we're filming, which is the good and bad part, right? The good part is you can see how it's all cutting together. The bad part is the story is evolving before your eyes. So sometimes you have to make some guesses of like, okay, where is this story going? Because we don't know. It's all unfolding in real time. An example of that is, you know, the Celtics won in the 20.
Yeah, how lucky you guys are. Like, season 1, Jason Tatum won. Season 2, SGA.
Right. So Celtics won 23-24 season. So season 2, we got Jaylen Brown. Celtics were like, okay, cool. Celtics will go back to the finals. Like, they were dominant last year. And so we're sort of editing with that in mind, going, okay, let's think about what it means to follow a team that's trying to repeat. And all of a sudden, you know, then Indiana's emerging. And so that changes how you think about your editing, because it's like, where are you putting your energy, and how are you building the storytelling?
Did you see SGA coming, his emergence? Like, did you see them winning the championship?
I think everyone saw SGA coming, right? He was, though he wasn't fully a household name going into the 24-25 season, he was on the cusp of it, and now obviously MVP, Finals MVP, champion, all that. But I don't know if anybody predicted them going to the finals. Certainly not at the beginning of the season. As the season progressed and you saw how dominant they were, it became pretty clear.
Now, something that was revealed on season 2, James Harden having a kid.
Yeah.
Like, how did that come about?
So his director Trish, he built this great relationship, and he told Trish, and Trish asked him, like, is that something that you want to share on the show? And because of that relationship, because of that trust, he's like, yeah, of course, like, let's go. And I think it's particularly interesting with James, because I think a lot of people have preconceived notions of who he is, how he is, whatever your preconceived notion of him is. He's difficult. Maybe he doesn't, whatever.
I never felt like that about James. I just felt like he was kind of quiet.
Yeah.
Like when he was, even when he was kicking everybody's ass out there, he just seemed that he wasn't like a big talker. He was just out there kicking ass.
I think it's alluding to the trade things. When they say wore the fake bodysuit to appear like he's not in shape. Or remember when he forced himself out of Houston? That's more like the talk.
Oh, okay.
But it's actually interesting to hear you guys talk about it, because it's also like you're obviously plugged into like some of the other stuff, some of the social media stuff, and you're just plugged into like
he's from LA.
Side. Yeah.
Yeah, he's from LA.
Exactly.
I'm from LA.
Yeah.
I play basketball. I play basketball overseas in Australia.
Right.
So I looked at it a little bit differently. Like all the little games people play. I was just like, he don't really talk that much shit. He just be out there kicking ass.
Yeah, but then you hear stories of strip clubs and
to be honest, that's normal.
Yeah.
That's normal.
That's normal to him.
It should be normal. We should normalize it.
No, but yeah, when he says it's normal to me, like I be dragging him to strip clubs, but that's normal for, I think, like I don't want to say all basketball players, but we all kind of do that. We play video games, right. We go to strip clubs, we stay out late, and that's really it.
Yeah, but for the Netflix audience, they haven't been privy to that necessarily,
right?
When
I heard it, when they was like, "Oh, strip club this," I was like, "Don't everybody do that?"
Yeah, that's called Thursday.
Yeah.
I was like, "Crazy girls, yeah, we there. Let's go."
So I haven't finished season 2 completely. Just recently came out.
Yep.
Strip clubs?
No strip clubs.
Y'all didn't go in the strip club.
This is family viewing.
It's the NBA.
I mean, they exist.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're in the show, but it's like that wasn't, I don't think that's the goal of starting 5, right?
No, it's just like, you're following I see it as a day in the life. You're
right.
basically, you're getting access that nobody has ever gotten. NBA player kind of get you in the headset. So I was just wondering, but he's older now too. He has kids that we didn't know. He has another child coming in.
Exactly. His girlfriend's pregnant. He's a
mature man.
Exactly.
We grow into that.
He shows us his grays and his beard. We got.
Now, how was it working with Kevin Durant?
I mean, well, there's 2 parts, right? There's like working with Kevin Durant for starting 5, and then there's also working with Kevin Durant as like a hoops fan.
Yeah.
And as a hoops fan, it's amazing because like I can still think back to the first time I watched him play at UT and like seeing him play and it's like going like, I've never seen anything
awesome.
like this.
Yeah.
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 And now 18 years later, he's still doing it and still killing it. So there's like the fan side of it, which is the cool part of the show because everybody that works on it are all fans too. So it's like we got to find the balance of our fandom and our professional mode. But working with him is incredible. He's so thoughtful. He and James both, they've been around. They're adults. They've like had life experience. So
right.
Talking to them is on a different level because of that.
Right.
It feels good.
Okay. Now, you guys are with them, I'm sure, throughout the day, especially when they're playing, they take time to go practice. They do extra practice. Who practices the most out of all the players? I would love to know who that is. I have an idea, but I would love to know who that is.
Shea and KD are like...
KD was the one I was picking. I could definitely see Shea in there like crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I could see KD in there like, he seems like, to me, KD seems like he loves it.
He loves it.
Loves it.
He absolutely loves it. And it's like, it's all he thinks about. And it's so cool. Like, that's it. He's so passionate about it. I think Shea is out there working out because Shea has this other thing, this like drive, and ambition, and is like,
trying to prove something.
I'm going to be out here, and I'm going to put the work in, and the work is going to then be displayed on the court. Whereas KD, it's that, and it's also like, I love to hoop.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
I love it.
I love this.
I was watching game 1 last night against OKC, the second overtime, and like you could just see he was having fun.
Right.
He was like, as locked in as he was, it's like, this is fun. Can you believe it's double overtime in game 1 against the defending champions? This is fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's too bad. God, I was hoping they won that game. I was hoping when he missed that free throw, I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like I wanted them to come out and really make a statement. But yeah, they definitely had him on the ropes, though.
They had him on the ropes, and it's still a good look for the first time that team is playing together.
Hell yeah!
They don't have a point guard.
Or
Amon Thompson is not a point guard.
I mean, Sengun was bringing it up a bunch of times.
That's who I'm thinking the point guard is, to be honest.
Yeah, but
I mean, he ain't gonna
NBA is different now. Yeah.
6'11" point guard.
I just like let him run point. He made great decisions. He hit tough shots at the end of the game too. Like, he not scared of the moment. So we talked about Jimmy just a little bit. I would love to, maybe you could talk about his character a little bit and who he is. He seems to be like a cowboy.
He is the best. Jimmy Butler is like, because similar to what I was saying about KD and James, like, he's been around. He's an adult. You talk to him, you're like, he's got like this childlike wonder, but he is so magnetic. He's so welcoming. Pull up to his house, it's like, you need anything? You want anything? You want to, you want to play dominoes? Or like, well, no.
I heard that.
We're here to film. Like, just ignore us. But you can't help but just be like gracious and hilarious. Be in the house and all of a sudden one of his kids is just like coming down the stairs, coming down from a nap, and all of a sudden he's going into dad mode, but he's also got his friends around. It feels like a big family when you're in there.
Who had the biggest entourage? Or not really? None of them.
I mean, James.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. James moves with a bunch of people, friends, family.
Did you see little baby? Did little baby stop by?
We didn't see baby. We didn't see baby though. We didn't see baby. There was a moment when we thought we were going to see baby. We didn't, but
Or pockets.
Yeah.
Real quick, any predictions? Who's gonna win this year?
I mean, I was on another podcast and I went on a limb and said the Spurs. So I feel like I have to stand by it just because I said Spurs will be in Western Conference Finals. Because I'm just like Wemby obsessed right now, and I just don't see how you can stop him. It's like talking about early KD. When you see it, it's like you're seeing something for the first time that like changes the game.
Right.
And there hasn't been someone who's entered the league like that since KD. And I think Wemby is that. He's like the next iteration of it.
He started training with Hakeem Olajuwon, and he already is implementing the goddamn moves.
Post game?
Yeah, is there.
Thank God. You that tall, you should definitely have a post game.
Yeah, and with that post game is further enhanced by the fact that you can lift your pivot foot in a way that Hakeem couldn't back in the day.
Right.
So now, with those long legs, he can do anything.
What do you consider for the first season? What was one of the best moments you were like, wow, I'm glad I did this?
I didn't have my brain in season 1 mode. I thought we were talking about season 2 more. Let me.
Well, give us season 2.
Give us season 2. It's okay.
I mean, Shea Shea's known for his game, but also his fashion, right? His fashion sense is beyond, we always wanted to get into his, like, can we film in your closet? And closet was like a no-go. That's like top secret.
Oh, wow.
He's got his gear picked out for the next, I don't know how long, but because he never wears the same thing twice. And he's got like future visions, and he knows what he's wearing a month from now, and it's all set. But he did have a yard sale of his old clothes. So in his driveway are racks of clothes that look like, there's nowhere that you can't even imagine. Like, I'm trying to think what a place like Fred Siegel. Fred Siegel doesn't even exist anymore. Kith, like, there's no place in the world that has the gear that was sitting on these racks in the driveway, and all his teammates pull up, and we're basically shopping from his hand-me-downs.
That is funny.
It's crazy.
His teammates.
His teammates.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're the only people that can fit it.
Hey, man, I told you.
If you're
SGA
6'6", everybody not going to be able to fit those clothes.
I told you he's a goddamn star. We battle a lot with SGA.
I think he's really quiet. And if I was to pick any fashion that he should definitely stop doing, let me tell you something. He had a tank top on that went from here up. I was like, let's stop it.
No, but that's for athletic reasons.
Listen, we don't need to wear that. I don't know. I don't know about that one. But he is definitely seems to be a fashion icon. Similar, I guess, what's the name was on that path for a long time? Westbrook.
Oh, Westbrook.
Yeah, Westbrook was on that path for a long time.
Westbrook was. James's, Tyrese's. We had a pretty good fashion squad this season.
I feel like that's the NBA right now, because I don't know if you know this, but I would assume that walk from the locker room.
Yeah. It's an important walk.
Companies, I would assume, is like, hey man, wear this, we'll pay you this amount of money if you just wear my clothing. Or I guess some people, it's like, I just wear what I want, because
it's probably a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I don't think they need that, right? It's like, what how much are you gonna pay me more than I get paid to rock your clothes? Like, let me just rock them.
Right.
What would you say was the difference between season 1 and season 2? You as a director producer.
I think season 1, there's a big learning curve, right? You figure out how much time do we need to spend, what works, what doesn't work, what are things that are interesting to a broader audience, because sometimes we get in the weeds because we're fans. We're like, oh, that's really interesting, and maybe it's not. So I think we learned a lot. I think we, truth be told, employed more people season 2, so we had more support editorially, more people in the field. I think we realized that this is a monster to make, and wanted to make sure we were fully prepared, equipped to do it.
Now, I know Barack and them were part of the production also. Did they ever show up?
No.
They didn't show up?
No, because it's not like these aren't sets where you go. I
know.
So it's not.
I figured maybe for a game, say something to a player.
After one game, James did something wild. It was either James moving into second place all time on the 3-point list, second or third place all time on the 3-point list, or after he put up like 50 against someone. I know that Barack reached out to him to congratulate him.
Got it.
Yeah, it was because it was like he wants to give him some love for this, and that makes sense. Like he needed to hear that.
Right. Yeah. No. That's
you
dope.
seen that viral moment between Barack Obama and Anthony Edwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that.
I think that's from the Olympics.
Court of Gold. Yeah.
Yeah, Court of Gold.
When he was talking to me?
Yeah, they was
Oh, no, I seen that.
And actually, I did lie. Barack is in this season. he did a podcast with Tyrese.
Okay.
At the very start of the season, they did a podcast together. And
What's up?
yeah. And on the way out the door, Barack's like, said something along the lines of, and this was right before the season started, like, stay healthy, which Tyrese did for 99.9% of the season until Game 7.
Does he like the nickname the Taliban?
I'll ask him.
Yeah, I remember that you was going. No, he had a couple. Of good ones.
The official NBA nickname is called the Moment.
Yeah.
But
especially after he hit that dagger in New York,
right.
all of a sudden he's in terrorist mode.
That's the best nickname. And like NBA Twitter is crazy because like once Shea and him started going in the finals, it was like the Taliban against Al Sharik Aminu, some type.
Oh, that's funny.
So since you seem to be a big NBA fan, who's your top 5 of all time?
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
My top 5 of all time, and like as actual players, or just because I love them.
You can pick whatever metric you want.
Your top 5 is your top 5.
AI.
Ooh.
Is AI and Dr. J are my 2 favorite hoopers of all time.
Okay.
So they're on the list. I'd say Magic. I don't know how you can have it. I don't know how you can not say MJ. Like, you just can't. You can't.
It's impossible.
And then Bill Russell, because he changed the game and he had a presence and an aura. I think he's the only celebrity athlete who I ever met, and I was like nervous, like something like you're in the presence of.
Yeah, he carries a mystique about him too. Yeah. God, that's a very unique list. Did you play basketball?
I mean, in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because some of those people, like normal people, probably wouldn't even really know so much. So I just thought maybe you played in college or something like that.
I don't look like it. I don't look like it. You couldn't
no,
tell.
I could tell.
By
I could tell the swag is there.
Yeah.
You look like you have a mean low post game.
No, you know what it is? I know I've seen him in the strip club or something.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Right next to me throwing dollars.
And I'm right there just picking them up from the floor.
We can go. Ready.
So we want to go back a little bit more in your background because, I know a lot of people are interested, like how do you get to the position you're at? So just a little bit about yourself, even before you became, the producer for Bachelors, the Bachelorette, like what's your upbringing like?
I mean, I grew up watching TV and just like, I was always watching TV. It was in me. Like that's what I did. I would hoop and watch TV. So I knew that I knew that it was something that I was interested in, wanted to do. But that was a time. Now kids wake up and they make movies at 5 years old because they've got a phone or a camera.
Right.
At that time, you didn't know. Like there wasn't really an option to do it. But so I went to film school and said I'm going to film school. I'm going to be a filmmaker. If I went to law school and became a lawyer, no one would be surprised. But sometimes people are like, "Oh, you're really doing it." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, of course I'm doing it. Like this is what I set out to do, so I'm doing it."
God, that's dope. What was that first job like? What was your first job as a filmmaker?
My first job was a PA on a Noriega video directed by Diane Martell, rest in peace, who the video was crazy and we were filming it like in Newark in the middle of the night. This is like early 2000s. This is when music videos was like a $2 million budget for like a one-day
they used to go
shoot.
in.
And so we're filming in the middle of the night and man, we were waiting for Fat Joe and Big Pun to show up. Pun didn't come, but Joe came. Busta Rhymes and Spliff Star came and made cameos.
That's dope.
They flipped a car that like it started raining, and the stunt guy, like, you know, the stunt guy's like, you know, stand behind this area, you'll be safe. He did not estimate right, and the car like skidded like right up to us. But yeah, it's an amazing video, NORE video.
What was the song?
I think the song is called NORE.
NRA.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his big song, no?
Hold on. Yeah. No,
Yeah, we'll find it.
it's got a cameo from Busta and Fat Joe and Spliff Star. That was a crazy day.
Hey, where are you from?
I was born in Baltimore.
Okay.
Born in Baltimore, but moved all around. Baltimore, Philly, New Haven, New York. I just general Northeast.
Were you in the safe area of Baltimore?
Everyone says you're from Baltimore, like The Wire.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's I'm gonna annoy you. That's one of my favorite shows.
it's one of the greatest shows of all time.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So yeah,
Except
I'm
for
like,
season 2.
Season 2 was needed.
No, it
It was
wasn't.
needed.
It was not needed.
Can you tell him why the ports are important? You're from Baltimore.
I don't know. It is needed.
It was? The whole season? We couldn't have did a couple episodes? That shit was terrible. I love The Wire, too.
Yeah. No, but yeah, no, not The Wire, Baltimore. More like Barry Levinson, Baltimore,
What
it
film
up.
school you go to?
NYU.
NYU?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Super nice. Top.
Yeah, it was amazing, and it was like
Do you
the
think-
mid-90s. So I like moved to New York at 17 in 1995. Like it was a very good time to be in New York.
So you started off doing rap videos. What was one of the favorite videos that you did?
I honestly, I think that was the only hip hop video that I worked on.
Oh.
And it was, yeah. But
love
at the
that.
time when I came out of school, it was like I was focusing on cinematography, and I'm like, I want to shoot hip hop videos. That's all I want to do with my life.
Right.
Because this is like the time of Hype Williams.
Yeah.
And
Like you said, $2 million budgets.
yeah.
Hey, man, once you said Noriega, the first thing that I thought about, because I heard a story about Hype Williams shooting a video for Noriega, and then him getting like what's that famous Chinese place? Forget it. There's Mr. Chang's. Like
Mr. Childs.
Chow's.
Mr. Chow's, and he spent like a bunch of the budget just ordering Mr. Chow's, getting it.
I believe that.
Yeah, definitely.
There's definitely, but music video budgets get spent in funny ways.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you think now as somebody who wants to pursue filmmaking, do they still need to go through the film school route?
I don't know if they ever did. 'Cause, you know, what you realize is you learn just figuring out how to get on a set is where you learn everything, right? There's only so much you can learn in a classroom. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there's plenty to learn in a classroom, and there's film theory, and there's film history, and there's technical things that a classroom gives you an opportunity to fuck up, because when you're on set, you can't fuck up because that's the movie. So there's certainly value, but getting on set is the most important thing by far.
So you started as a PA, and then you moved up to be a producer. Like, how did you do that journey? Because you worked on one of the biggest shows in TV history, and at a very notable position too.
Yeah. I mean, I started in the like indie film world in New York. So after like PAing, it was like indie films in New York in the early 2000s, and as a cinematographer shooting low budget films and figuring out how to scrape things together, and then go back to, then all of a sudden you're like bartending the next day, right? Because like you're not making money, so you're like, wow, I'm shooting a movie and now I'm a bartender. And then my buddy called and was like, hey, do you want to come and shoot this MTV show? It's like 3 months of work, 5 days a week. You can be the DP of this show. And I'm like, that sounds incredible. Yeah, this was like early days of reality TV. That show was called Room Raiders. I don't know.
Room Raiders? I don't remember that one.
It was
It rings a bell, the name.
It was
Room
like a MTV show in the early 2000s where it was like, I guess, a dating show where three women would go through a guy's bedroom. And how did it work?
I can read you the description on IMDb.
Yeah, go ahead. I can't remember.
This show is about 3 contestants who have their rooms inspected by a guy. Whomever's room he thinks he likes the best gets to go on a date with him.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah, but
I guess you try to figure out their personality by all their personal belongings and who they are. Is the room messy? Did they make their bed?
these were like high school kids, so they're going through, and you're like,
High school?
High school?
Were they high school or just out of? Maybe they were just 18 or something.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like, you know, you're finding shit you don't want to find, and I mean, you know, and yeah. So, but it was work, and it was cool. It was MTV. Was when MTV was cool.
Yeah.
R.I.P. MTV.
R.I.P. MTV. It's gone. But it wasn't, you know, I'm a filmmaker. This is beneath me. You know, that was the attitude I brought, which is probably the wrong attitude. But as a cinematographer, you're like, all right, let's talk about how we're going to compose the shots. What's the lighting going to be like? And like, composition and lighting. Like, point the camera at the thing and shut the fuck up. Like, and so, you know, at that point, I realized that maybe cinematography in that space, I mean, it's evolved greatly. But at that time, nobody really cared about the look, and that was hard for me. So I'm like, well, if I want to stay creative in this, let me become a producer and director of these shows so that I can still feel creatively fulfilled, because I do it to be creative. You know, it's like,
right.
I mean, obviously paychecks are nice, but like I also want to feel good about what I'm doing. So I was like, all right, I'm going to make a transition to become a producer and director of these shows, because that at least feels like I'm creatively helping to tell a story and not just being yelled at to point a camera at something. So that was the transition, but it was in reality TV. And then I was doing that for a bunch of years in New York, and finally said, I got to move to LA. I'm going to move to LA. I'm going to start making movies again, because that's where my passion is.
Right.
But then I got here, and it was January 2008, and I'm like, I'm hungry, and I have rent to pay, and I don't know anybody, but I know some reality TV connections. My friends at The Bachelor, called them, and then that's how I started there and spent 8 years there.
Wow.
Making that show, which is incredible. You know, you travel all over the world, went to I don't know how many countries. Traveled all over the world, went to 30 plus countries. And it was a great experience, but it was not, again, it was like at a certain point it was time for a change, and that was when I left to go start making documentaries.
You had mentioned, we had talked before, like that your baby was Bachelor Paradise.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, so, you know, we're making The Bachelor and The Bachelorette for so many years, and at a certain point they're like, well, what's kind of like a fun summer spin-off of it? And it was like, you know, okay, well, how do we make like an all-star show that can feel different from the mothership Bachelor and Bachelorette? And they tapped me to help figure that out. And the beauty is, because of the success of the show, Rob Mills at ABC trusted us, and so he trusted that we were going to make something great, and we were able to like essentially make a comedy, which was really interesting because it's so different from the dramatic romantic thing. Like, let's have fun and let's be loose. And at one point there was a conversation of should there be like money on the line? Is there a winner?
Oh.
But when there's money on the line, then it's a game show. And when it's a game show, then there's lawyers around who are saying like, you can't do this, you can't change the rules, you can't do anything. So we're like, let's not put money on the line, because we want to be able to just like change the rules whenever we want.
Have fun.
And and so that show was born, and I forget what season it's on now. I did the first 3 seasons and then got out of there, but
you got a chance to travel the world because of the show.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Love Island?
I think Love Island, I mean, before it came to the US, the UK, and I think I really loved those versions. It's certainly touched a nerve here. Like
it's going crazy now.
People are more interested to talk about that than what's happening in the world. They're like, did you hear about what happened last night? I'm like, oh, was there a school? Was there a school shooting? They're like, no, I'm talking about Love Island. Like, yeah.
So I don't know that you can share because we've shot a couple reality shows, but ours revolve around weight.
Yeah, so helping people lose weight.
What percentage would you say of what we're watching is real, and how much is scripted?
Are these people really searching for love on The Bachelor?
First, I thought you were going to ask what percentage is your body fat. I thought that's what you were about to say.
That was my next question.
Yeah, I think social media has changed it. I think in the early days, people really were coming on for love. It was like, it's as good as any other way. It's like, who knows? I don't know how to meet people. Like, this is as good as any other way. Now with social media, it's different because it's like, I think some people see it as a stepping stone to celebrity, which, I don't think it ever was previously, but it probably is now. There was a time when, you would go on The Bachelor and then you'd go back to your hometown and wherever, and you'd get like hooked up at the club because you were like a local celebrity. But now you can turn it into
like a career,
6-7 figures. So
all day. You see what Huda, I think her name is Huda from Love Island.
Yeah,
she's a superstar now.
Yeah, it's wild.
She's getting deals all over the place.
It's totally wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. But a lot of people from The Bachelor and things like that went on to be kind of like public figures.
Yeah, I mean, my guy Nick Viall, he's like killing it.
What's some of the maybe any kind of crazy moments or funny moments that you could share about the Bachelor?
I mean, every moment on The Bachelor is a crazy moment because you live inside of this bubble, right? When you start filming, it's not like, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and then you go home. It's like, it's 24/7 for like about 55 days.
Oh, wow.
So you're living inside of this world, and people are tired. People are drinking. So every night there's a meltdown, and someone's having a meltdown. I'm leaving the show. You're like, well, no, you can't. Like, you can't leave the show. No, I'm leaving. Fuck this. I'm done. And it's like, it actually taught me a lot about parenting. I'm a parent now. And I learned, like, tonight's not the night for this conversation. Why don't you sleep on it? And then we'll talk about it again in the morning.
That's a good one.
And 10 times out of 10 in the morning, that person was not leaving the show.
Right.
And 6 times out of 10 with my kids, that their issue isn't an issue anymore in the morning. Yeah.
So they can they leave the show if they choose to leave the show?
Yeah.
Or did they sign a contract saying, do they get paid to be there? That's one of my questions.
No, they don't get paid. They don't get paid on Bachelor. But yes, people can leave whenever they want to leave. I think that the conversation when it's happening at 2 a.m, it's like there's also a conversation of like, okay, so what's going to happen when you watch this show? You're there in the first part of episode 3, and then you're just gone, and there's no explanation and no story. Like, at the very least, like, share why you're leaving. Like, let's because otherwise you're just going to look like a crazy person who just disappeared into thin air. So I don't know.
What was your favorite year?
I'd say, I'm at a point so far removed that, like, I can't remember. I don't necessarily know who the Bachelor or Bachelorette was. I just think about where I was. And like one season we went to the same season we went to Iceland and Istanbul and Bora Bora, and like,
Damn.
yeah, that was like a nice little run.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, we're thinking about creating a reality TV show called Alejandro Finds Love.
Oh yeah.
Any
definitely.
tips of, what we should do to, because I'm actually trying to find love, but we also have to keep it entertaining.
You have a better barber?
Okay.
Yeah, what are the tips? The tips are you don't want that show because I don't know if you're going to find the right woman in that case. In this era of social media. Unless you're trying to find like your social media partner to launch,
Yeah, but she'll never love me.
You're lovable, I think. You're lovable with that little laugh.
I'm sure there's some handicapped person that would love you to death.
Definitely. Wow. I think I should join Love in the Spectrum. But talking about love, you also love hip hop.
Yes.
And so you after The Bachelor you transitioned.
Yes.
And you did Wu-Tangs of what's it called? Wait, you did Wu-Tangs of Mics and Men.
Well said.
Yeah.
He's from another country or another territory.
How did that come about?
I had heard that Mass Appeal and we're trying to cook that up. I know the guys over at Mass Appeal. I had relationships with Peter Bittenbender and Sasha Jenkins. And so I reached out to them and I said, I think I'm the guy to help you with this. You guys have never made anything of this scope. I hadn't either, but I, in some capacity had, and met up with Sasha, who is like, Sasha, rest in peace, who is like one of the greatest documentary filmmakers, cultural commentators, hip hop journalists, all the things, and he said, "Yeah, let's ride together and let's make this." And little did I know how challenging and ultimately rewarding it would be.
Why would you say that?
I mean, what do you know about the Wu-Tang Clan?
They seem like for me, knowing what little I know about the Wu-Tang Clan, seem like all of them are kind of spread out and a little bit at odds here and there.
Exactly. So especially at that time, I think, years later, things have evolved and it's been a bit of a roller coaster. But like at the time, trying to figure out how to get all of them in the same room at the same time was like not even a conversation. Like it wasn't even a conversation. Like, no, that's not happening. And we're like, no, this has to happen. And we finally were able to pull it off. Got all of them together in the room at the same time at the St. George Theater in Staten Island for this like super memorable moment that, in fact, because of that, the manager called me. He's like, I'm actually going to get photographers there because I'm also going to do press photos of everyone together because I haven't gotten everyone together in so long. Like, everyone was trying to maximize this moment of everyone in the same room. And, I mean, I think that's...
How many members are there of the Wu-Tang Clan? Because every time people talk about it, I'll be like, who's that? And it seems like it's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. I don't know.
Like how
what is
many?
it, 8 or 9 now?
I can name a couple.
Go ahead.
Rissa, Method Man, Raekwon, Ghostface Killer.
Those are all known people. It's other people.
G-Sa is that one? But Old Dirty Bastard, he passed away.
Right.
So that's 6.
You forgot Master Killer
Master Killer
and You God and Capadonna.
Yeah, see, these are the people I'm not that familiar with. Yeah. Were they on the albums?
Yeah.
Capadonna, I heard Capadonna. Like he's on one of my favorite songs, "Sweet Love" with Method Man, but that was outside of Wu-Tang Clan.
Were you a big fan of them, Wu-Tang Clan?
Yeah.
Oh, you were all. Yeah. You're from the East Coast?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I'm on the West Coast.
Yeah.
We were NWA.
Oh, come on, man.
We was NWA. Yeah. It was NWA.
I remember the first time I heard the DOC. I remember the moment.
Oh, wow.
Being on the bus going home from school in like 6th grade, maybe it was 89? 88 or 89.
Mm-hmm.
And a kid started playing it. And it was like that, similar to talking about KD and seeing something for the first time, going, wow, I've never seen a game like that.
Right.
Hearing the DSC had that, like, I remember that moment. Yeah.
So
Just to give some West Coast love.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite, like, you know, listening wise for Wu-Tang? Who's the one that?
Method Man.
I'm not asking you.
Listen, Method Man.
That's my pick too. That's my Method.
I love Method Man.
I don't know if I can publicly
I get
state
it.
a favorite, because like again, it's like I have favorites in different ways of like, who's my favorite person to kick it with, who's my favorite person who like I learned from, who's the best MC, who's the most fun. But that's the beauty of it. There's so many of them you can get. There's something for everybody.
Who's the leader of Wu-Tang Clan, if there is a leader?
Rizzo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So if he goes, everyone goes.
He's
kind of, sort of.
He's the mastermind, but like, you know, everyone has now forged their own individual careers, but like he's the glue in a lot of ways.
Right. That their whole rap style and with the kung fu and all that was super, super unique.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the world has ever seen that before. That whole combination. How did that? I mean, I'm sure. Did they ever talk about how that came about?
Yeah, it's because on Saturday afternoons in New York, they'd play kung fu movies on TV, and also Times Square. You know, you could go see kung fu movies in the theater, and it was like, I don't know, it was a release, an escape, curiosity that, you know, these young guys were experiencing and embracing and embodying.
And they just put it together.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's so funny talking to West Coasters. Like, it's like,
I'm from the Caribbean.
I know where you're from.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this. I think I heard more Wu-Tang than NWA.
Yeah, of
I
course you
know.
did.
But they have what? Fuck the Police.
Of course you did.
NWA was huge, man.
They have like
no,
five. They have like 5 songs.
Huh?
They have like 5 songs that you know.
Listen, people branched off and had careers, massive career. Ice Cube, massive career.
No,
Dr.
but we're
Dr.
talking.
Dre,
We're talking
massive career. Eazy-E, massive career.
We're not talking about individuals. We're talking about as a group. As a group, Wu-Tang clears.
Well, in Puerto Rico, you were hearing Wu-Tang more than you were hearing NWA.
I'm sure of that.
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
That's just like Puerto Rico's an extension of New York, and New York's an extension of Puerto Rico.
Right.
It's not even like a...
No, I get that.
Yeah.
I also watch a lot of black movies from the 90s. You know, Don't Be a Menace when you're drinking gin and juice in South Central.
Yeah.
That movie played Wu-Tang, and it's based in South Central.
Wow.
I get it.
Well, I'm just saying. But another East Coast legend that you work with, and personally on my top 5, you work with Nas. Did I say it right?
It's always questionable.
Questionable. You worked on the Supreme team. You know, how was that experience working with Queensbridge legend?
It's always amazing to work with him and like, just be in the presence of greatness, but then also to be able to like learn from him and hear stories, like his memory. He can like remember every little thing that you're like, how do you even recall this moment? And so making that doc, obviously Supreme Team is about Prince and Preem from Jamaica, Queens, Nas from Queensbridge. You know, many would say those are like worlds apart, but but once you zoom out, they're still in Queens. So it's somewhat of a personal story for Nas that he was connected to growing up. And so it was a good partnership because I'm able to come in with sort of an outsider POV, and he was able to bring an insider POV. And it certainly doesn't hurt me when I'm moving around on some of the shoots without him. To have the cosign of Nas definitely helped my standing in some of the rooms that I was able to get into.
For sure.
Yeah.
So when you say the rooms you're getting into, would you say kind of like what type of rooms are we talking about? Like you're in the projects?
but not just that. Just like the people I'm talking to who are we're connected to the Supreme Team, and who you have to feel a level of trust to want to share their stories of, that was a very challenging era, challenging to put it lightly, right? And, anybody who's alive to talk about it has been through a lot and seen a lot and lived a lot. But to talk about it can really be opening up old wounds. And so there's got to be a level of trust to get there.
How was that first meeting with Nas? How did that go? I had known him for a while beforehand because of working with Mass Appeal, right? So, we knew each other, but to really decide to work together, we had to have a little vibe check and make sure it was gonna work, and it's cool. Okay. I don't know. There wasn't like a. It wasn't.
How long did it take to film that documentary?
We were making Supreme Team for about a year. And during that time, Prince was still in prison. He had been in prison for 33 years. So much of the story is told through calls from him from prison, but he only gets 15 minutes at a time and gets, X number of minutes a week. So I spent the better part of a year sitting by the phone, hoping that he would call so I could be somewhere quiet so that we could record the call and use that as the backbone for the film. So
that's dope.
Yeah,
and now crazy.
Now he's home, and after 33 years, Prince is home, and he's in some ways attributes the film to really helping get him home, which is great.
That's dope.
So when you get into a project like this, because documentary, as you say, you're finding the story as you film it. Do you know that you're gonna film for I have a year? I have 300, I have this amount of time to finish this, or as the story's developing, you're like, you know what, I might need 3 more months.
Well, not every documentary is the story's developing as you make it. Many, what it is going in. We're talking about a historical documentary, so where it is and what it is, as compared to Starting 5, which is like unfolding in real time and you're capturing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. As far as the time, it's like, when you have to end, because that's when the money runs out.
Okay.
So you go, all right, well, money runs out, I guess we're done.
Right.
Well, talking about money and regarding the film industry, it seems like we're not in the best era right now regarding financials. Talking about AI.
The studio is pretty nice.
Yeah, but so regarding what do you think AI is gonna cost? Because I was just messing around with some old pictures of mine, baby pictures, and then just having Grok, Twitter, I can have them moving, and I can immediately see how somebody can start making documentaries using AI and all that stuff. But I can also see how a lot of people can lose their jobs because of AI.
So when we were making Supreme Team, this was in 21, 22. And knowing that our leads are in prison, and there's not a lot of footage of them, because any footage of them from the 80s and 90s, they weren't trying to have cameras around.
Right?
It was not a place to have cameras. So we're like, okay, is there a world where we can use AI to bring some of these photos to life? And as recently as 2022, the technology was shitty because we tried it and it looked fucked up. And now,
it's amazing.
3 years later, we could have made a whole movie with them from one photo. Do I think that's good? I think it's good in the right application. I think for some historical stuff, there's some interest and value to it, but it's also terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's the creative in me that's like, oh, I could do some cool shit. This would be interesting. And then the human in me that goes, wait, what about the people? What about the creativity? What about the heart? What about the emotion? Things that it can't replicate. So what's my answer? Fuck AI? I don't know.
I hope the movie industry realizes that they can't fake it. Yeah. And I hope they don't try. But unfortunately, I feel like they will try.
But what I feel AI is gonna hurt more is you're a overseer, you're showrunner. They need people like, because even like somebody has to tell the machine what, you know. But I would say, graphic designer number 3, you're gone. You know, all like if you just get one graphic supervisor and then he knows how to use AI too, you don't need a whole graphics team. Yeah. The CGI team, we used to hire 30 people. Now it's 15.
You used to hire 500 people, and now it's 3. Yeah, no, it's definitely a problem on that front. And the question is,
should they make it a law?
Well, and is it too late? Are we in too deep? Is the better option to figure out how to lean in? Because do we want to be the old people on the block that say like, you know, get off my lawn, AI, or do we have to embrace it? I don't know. I'm not there yet, but I don't know if we can stop it.
Like personally, I don't know how you feel about it, but I think AI eventually will make a movie and it's gonna be digestible.
I think it'll be digestible. I think it'll be digestible for a lot of people. I do think it'll be lacking heart. I do think it'll be lacking emotion.
Yeah.
I do think it'll be lacking. I think you'll know. I think you'll know that humans don't
like it's not
emote that way.
Yeah, because I saw somebody talking about music and about like the recent AI not gonna work because they're not gonna have the imperfections, and then the imperfections sometimes is the thing that makes it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like an AI podcast, and you guys didn't exist, and I'm just talking to a couple of bots.
I was thinking, yeah, like that's like, but all together, man, you're an AI too.
And
yeah, exactly. You're AI, so there's no humans. So but there are videos that go crazy, and it's all AI too. So but I'm not sure.
When I lived in New York in the early 2000s, a bunch of these Rastas who sold weed in Washington Square Park would hang out in my living room, and I remember being in my room and listening to a conversation of some really stoned people off some really questionable weed and talking about in the future, I'm going to be able to go to the bodega and have a conversation with someone, but I won't have to leave my couch. But it'll be real and I'll be doing it. And I remember laying there like, these guys are so high right now. And now it's like kind of real.
Yeah.
Talking about FaceTime?
Between FaceTime and Postmates and some AI shit, like they saw the future.
My one question, since you are friends with Nas, I just wanted to go back real quick. Did you ever ask him how he got into them damn investments?
Man, I always say, hey,
give me one.
I'm like, I got 5 on it. Can I just let me in?
Because it seemed like he was in on literally everything. I heard Uber, just all of them. Like he was somehow a part of it. What happened in his life that shifted him from music to his focus to being investments? Did he just get lucky on one and then he started doing more? Like I said,
truth be told, I don't know how he got in, but I know that whoever's been advising him or giving him opportunities, they're making some good choices.
Right.
I thought you were going to say, have I ever, because I did ask him the other day if I could have like a little feature on an album. And
you rap?
No, in my heart I do, in my mind. So I was like, you have a spot for Peter Collada to jump on the track? And he said no.
Oh. He has an album coming out though.
He does.
Yeah, it's coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, in November, December premiere.
Yeah, I think we were.
Because we were talking to DJ Premier, and he's like, "I'm not doing any interviews until the album is finished." And I'm like, "Okay, bet."
Yeah, no, he's been in the studio. They've been in the studio. We saw him a couple of weeks ago because I was like,
"Have you been in the studio with him?"
No, because he's alone in the studio. He works alone in the studio until a certain point when it's like time to have other ears. But he's a pretty like solitary worker.
So going back to you, who were the filmmakers that inspired you? Whose style do you like to embody?
It's hard because I it's not like growing up as a kid, you're sitting watching a lot of documentaries, right? I'm like watching Scorsese and Spike Lee and Oliver Stone. So then, it's like I was thinking these docs, like, okay, how do we translate some of that style? Because, I think the perception of docs for a long time was that they are stale, that they're bland, and that's certainly evolved like crazy over the past 10, 15 years. But how do you bring some of that to the table, and how do you consider doing some cool lighting, like, Oliver Stone movie and Bob Richardson as DP and some like wild lighting setups or camera movements or even scene inspiration. When Nas and I would talk about Supreme Team, it was like Godfather was a big reference, and sort of Italian mob gangster movies in general, because it's like why are those held on a pedestal, but like a Black Story that's the same thing to the neighborhood is sort of a hood movie, like it's not held with the same reverence. And so how do we impart some of that and that level of respect to stories like that?
I think the cinematographer Gordon Willis, I love his style. It's super dark. Definitely have to have your windows closed if you're watching it in the house to but like
just make sure your settings are right.
You think that the theater, there's movies that make money, but do you think it can really come back, or streaming? The Pandora's box is open with streaming.
It's just funny because like my kids, I used to get excited to go to the movies. I said to my kids, like, let's go to the movies. Like, candy sounds good. It's like for them, it's like candy, not like the movie going experience.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know what to say because I want it to be. That's my happy place to be in a movie theater. But I don't know if the kids feel it the same way.
I don't think they do. Do you think one day movies are going to be released through streaming and there are going to be no more theaters?
I can't. I mean, no, there'll be enough of but it'll be like this boutique enterprise and not
classic place like the Chinese theater. Go watch it there. And
because I feel like AMC, he's going to will survive, but ArcLight, they had to close down all their cinemas.
How can the ArcLight not be open? How can that be? How can we drive by that every day on Sunset and it's just, what's happening? Is this spiders? Like, what's in there?
Does it hurt the Cinerama being closed?
It hurts. Yeah. Doesn't it? It's heartbreaking.
I
never got to go into that one.
Oh my God. You don't even know. It was a thing. Like to go to the day a movie premieres on a Friday night and you're packed in and it's like the energy and everyone it's like, it's a feeling that doesn't really exist.
But I think it really started going away, to be honest, when TV changed. Because you used to be able to find out about a great movie or a movie coming out through commercials. No one sits through commercials anymore. I hear about movies from a friend now. Right. It's like, I saw this movie. I was like, what was the name of it? And I was like, I never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Even when F1 came out, I barely heard about it. I went to go see it in the theater, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's a movie
awesome.
Like that you were so happy you saw in the theater and not on your couch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I couldn't wait to buy it, and I just bought it immediately. But I just, I don't know. I don't know if the theater is coming back. I think the spirit of people have changed.
There's certain movies, and because with Christopher Nolan, he comes out, they're gonna get their money back in the investment. And you have to watch that movie in the theater, especially the first time.
Me too, but I just saw The Wizard of Oz at the Sphere in Vegas, which was a crazy thing to see.
Okay.
Because, they like modified it for the Sphere, which I think using a lot of AI to like enhance this, the aspect ratio was whatever it was. And now they're like, so now where the frame ended, now there's new trees and new sky and new things happening and birds flying by. And it was like a really interesting, back to the AI conversation, like that actually felt like an interesting use.
Did you like it?
Yeah. It was like hard to wrap your brain around, right? Because like I know the Wizard of Oz so well and so intimately just from life, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, is that? I've never seen that before. And you're like, yeah, of course you haven't seen that before because that's newly created. So I don't know. I don't know what that means to like to also fuck with pre-existing art and change it.
And since we're talking about movies, what are your top 5 movies? Being a director, this is going to be interesting.
Top 5 movies. Just wrote them down the other day, and now I can't think of it.
You want some paper?
Can I just look at my phone? Can I just look at my phone real fast?
Of course. I can't wait to hear this top 5.
See, for me, it would be very difficult to name my top 5 because there's so many movies, and depending on my mood,
How is your top 5 dependent on your mood?
I'm just saying it's
That's
hard.
ridiculous.
It's hard to pin down 5 fucking movies. There's a lot
It is tough.
It's a great.
But there's movies that you saw was like, that was fucking good.
Gladiator would always be in my top 5.
That was a great fucking movie.
That is a great movie. I'd say my top 5 movies are Eternal Sunshine.
I never seen that one.
It's incredible.
Carrie
I was,
Internal Sunshine?
of the Spotless Mind.
yeah.
I'm going to see. I can't. That's why I like asking these questions, because there's certain movies, for whatever reason, I missed. And that was definitely one of them.
I went and saw it with my girlfriend at the Grove 100 years ago. And she was living here in LA and I was in New York, and I had flown out to see her, and we went to the movie, and I watched it, and it like emotionally fucked me up, and we left, and I said, I have to go home. And I'm like, I'm going to get on a plane tonight. And we went back to her apartment, got my bag, and I went and got on a plane. Like,
Damn.
yeah, it like did something to me.
And you never talked to her again.
It was her birthday yesterday. La Haine, which is a French movie called Hate.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Wait, La Jaime? That's how you say it? I've been saying it wrong all these fucking
You didn't
years.
say it wrong. Everyone says
That's
it
really
wrong.
possible.
You say it La Haine.
So that's the one with black and white that have
Yeah.
the shot of,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
shot is great.
It's crazy. Those two, Do the Right Thing, Hollywood Shuffle, and then how many is that? 4? 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. I don't know what my 5th is. Hoop Dreams.
Damn, a documentary.
Yeah.
That way, here's the thing about it. You said Do the Right Thing, and that's a movie that.
Oh, you said Do the Right Thing?
Yeah.
Okay, that was your third one,
Yeah.
right? I couldn't hear you quite. Okay.
So Do the Right Thing. What do you think was Spike Lee's? Because I want to know your interpretation of the ending. Do you think he thought that his character was in the right for destroying this guy's business?
I think the whole thing in Do the Right Thing is Spike takes you at different points to see things through each person's POV. So there's a certain moment where you can relate to their behavior, as abhorrent as it may be, as like out of line as it may seem. There's something that lets you go, I understand that perspective. And I think that's like a really amazing thing that he was able to do. It wasn't a singular POV. I mean, I guess it's somewhat a singular, Mookie's somewhat singular POV, or it's his singular journey. But at a certain point you go, well, I do understand why this guy is pissed, or I do understand why this person's frustrated. And like, not to justify it, but to like put yourself in those shoes to understand how this like conflict happens.
I
have one more. Only thing, you mentioned Hollywood Shuffle. Were you impressed that Robert Townsend made the movie with his credit cards?
So cool.
Yeah, so I figured that's what maybe that was your attraction to that. But I remember that thing about that movie that he just paid for it with all of his credit cards and just said fuck it and went for it.
And like followed a dream and made an indie film. And it's like when opportunity is not being presented to you, like how do you take it and make something happen?
Yeah, that was super dope. Yeah.
Robert
Townsend, that was a fucking incredible little thing.
Now there's a big debate between film and digital.
Is there?
Yeah. I personally, no?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
But
well, I'm the annoying friend that be telling, like, my brother, we're watching a movie, he's like, you see the texture? It's like, it's not right.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree. I get it. I don't think anyone's talking about it anymore because it's like, it's so few and far between of people who shoot on film.
It's supposed to be more expensive, right?
Definitely.
Well, it's more expensive. It's, certainly less accessible. You have to limit the amount you film because you only have so much film.
Right.
Better have
these we could just roll forever. Like we could just roll till.
Right. As long as the battery's going.
Yeah.
You better have a good second assistant cameraman.
Yeah.
Yeah, because basically, let's say you shoot for, depending how long the roll is, let's say 12 minutes just for sake of argument. And then they have to bring it to like a dark tent because it cannot be exposed to the light. Okay. And then you have to take it out of the camera and then close it and put it, because as soon as it gets exposed into the light, it's gone.
Yeah, nobody's doing that no more.
This is a film school podcast. This is great.
Yeah.
This is so nice. I love it. Yeah, no, of course. And it looks better. Like it does. I do think that you internalize it differently when you watch it. I think sometimes video, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't. I guess it's sort of it's step one in that AI conversation that it doesn't have the same like heart. It doesn't have the same.
To me, it doesn't feel like what I would say is, because I grew up watching 90s, 2000s, and then I can say some 80s movies. They felt like movies when I was watching them. Yeah. And this one, they're so crisp and clear that it feels like I remember telenovelas, and it's like so sharp and all like that stuff.
Soap opera now.
Yeah,
you're right.
But a lot of people like it, so I guess I'm just a hipster.
No, but you're right. You're right, but I think you're a dying breed because it's like we're just being so inundated all the time with looking at stuff on our phones and everything else that now, it's like my kids see something that's on film, they're like, what's wrong with it? I'm like, no, nothing's wrong. That's how it's supposed to be. But,
so your kids don't understand it?
Film grain, they're not, my kids aren't up on film grain yet, but, maybe they will be.
And so, aside from you just finished, season 2 of Starting 5, what you got anything else going on? Afterwards?
Fuck. I have so many things I want to talk about. I have so many projects right now that I want to talk about that I can't talk about yet. But
they make you sign NDAs and shit, or just
the ink's not dry
it's
yet.
It's too early.
Yeah. But there's some cool shit coming. Yeah.
Are you staying in the same genre?
No. I'm trying something else and
feature film.
No, I know. I'm saying in doc. Docs. I mean, I'm writing a feature right now, action comedy that's going to be amazing. It's in the hair loss space, but
you said hair loss? That's funny. Okay.
I'm losing my hair, by the way.
Everyone knows that.
Okay.
No, you don't know that.
I have
on the corners. You gotta see them corners.
So if you need somebody to mispronounce some words, I got you. But as you were.
No, just cooking up a couple of really cool documentary projects that.
That's dope.
Yeah. Sooner than later, hopefully we can talk about them.
Okay.
Definitely.
And it's probably you have this massive career already. What is your best story that you want to share about doing everything that you've done so far?
Maybe a filmmaker can get inspired by it.
Yeah, something.
Let me activate my brain on what would be of value here. All right. Well, this is less inspirational, but is an interesting story of like, when we finished Wu-Tang Clan, as we're finishing it, before we could officially finish, we had to show it to each of the guys to like get their formal sign off. And
Each person had to sign off?
yeah, you want to make sure that they feel good about
That
it.
sounds miserable.
They're not giving notes, but you want to make sure that they're not like that. There's nothing objectionable. That there's nothing that they're like, oh, there's somebody in that shot who I'm not cool. I don't want to get shine.
Okay.
You just want to give them that. It's respectful, and but going into each of those screenings is like, oh fuck, because this is their story that they've never told, and like, how are they going to respond? It's so revealing of them. It's so revealing of us as creatives who were helping to tell the story. And when we were going in to sit with Raekwon, it was like me and Ray and like two of his friends. And Ray, I think I can safely say this, he can be bristly. And so I was like so nervous. I'm sweating. And it was, that's a 4-part doc. It's like 4 hours. You're like sitting in a room trying to like see if he likes it. Like, is it okay? Is he going to punch me in the face at the end of this? Is he going to hug me at the end of this? So I just like sat sweating for 4 hours. And then it finishes. And it's like, who talks first? What happens? You're sitting waiting. And I'm like, I'm going to die today. Like, this is not going well. And he just like turns. He's like, I love it. And it's like, this weight is
That's
lifted.
dope.
And you're like, okay, I can breathe for a minute. So, moments like that are really rewarding and a testament to like trusting, because I knew it was good. It's like, I know it's good.
Right.
So like, I wish I had trusted myself all along to know that, like, if I know it's good, then he's going to know it's good. And like, there's a trust there.
Did anyone think it was bad?
I mean, probably some motherfuckers on the internet, but
No, I'm talking about within the crew.
No, I don't think so. There's definitely things that you have to consider with all of it. Same with starting 5, of like making sure that it feels like you're not favoring one person over another. And, there's things you want to be thoughtful about, in the scene where we had all the guys together in this theater in Staten Island. They're in a theater and they're watching back footage of their life and talking about it. And
Right.
The seating arrangement, I spent a lot of time sweating over that, of like, okay, who sits where? Because we had them sitting across multiple rows. And, thinking about the politics of who
That's crazy.
sits where, because it's like,
Why is he ahead of me?
yeah.
Or it's like, why you see me so in front? I like being set on the back.
Yeah. No, exactly. And thinking about how they'll take it, how it'll be perceived by an audience, how it'll be perceived by fans. Like, we spent a lot of time doing this. Like, it's like your seating chart at your wedding.
Yeah,
Boy,
yeah.
you can't sit him next to her.
My uncle hates her.
Yeah.
Now, since you just spoke about that, did you have to sit down with LeBron and all the people from starting 5 and watch it individually with them?
Some yes, some no. Some we would send it over. Some the director sat with them. Some, like, I sat in a hotel room with KD, like, screening for him and Rich Kleiman. And similar feeling to that Raekwon thing, because you're like, oh shit, I'm sitting here with KD and showing him this thing that he's never seen about himself. And because, we talk about injuries, we talk about people criticizing him, we talk about the trade deadline and what was going down with that. And yeah, you're just like hoping it hits, because these are big personalities, these are big egos, they're public figures. There's money tied to it, right? How they're perceived is tied to their endorsements and all this stuff. So there's a lot of things you're thinking about, and with him too, it was all good. And I didn't learn the lesson from the Raekwon thing where I'm like, I know it's good. He's going to know it's good. I didn't learn the lesson. I sat there sweating.
Right.
And
Do you think it will ever go away?
I don't know, because it's like,
I heard a story of Francis Ford Coppola for Godfather Part 2, that when they screened it and then some people didn't like it, and then he just went underneath his bed, he couldn't take it.
yeah. Well, it's like the story of Michelangelo painting the Sistine Chapel for 20 years. And then finally, it's like on his back on scaffolding, painting the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel for 20 years. And then he finally finished, more than 20 years. I don't even know how long. Finally finished and brings the Pope in, like, you want to see what finally it's done. Do you want to see it? And he brings the Pope in, and he's like, here it is, like my master, my life's work. And the Pope looks up and he's like, too much beige.
Damn. That shit is hilarious. I'd have been mad as hell. It's like, get your ass out of here. Oh, man.
Well, man,
That's
thank
funny.
you for coming in, sharing all those stories.
Yeah, thank you guys. This is fun.
Yeah, for sure. And anytime when you can promote, let us.
I'm down 162 pounds in 6 months, and it feels great. Looking at myself in the mirror is a trip. I marvel at myself now because I'm like, man, I've done this in 6 months. 6 months is not that long ago.
I started this program back on July 1st at 288.5 pounds. Today I weighed in at 184. When I first got here, I was sad and depressed and stressed out. Over time, I regained my self-esteem, my willpower, my determination, and those things have helped me to grow and become happier with myself and in life.
Use code TFU10 for a discount on the full body cleanse.